Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. When you talk about the Cleveland Browns in the current NFL landscape, what immediately comes to mind is a franchise that has struggled to find stability at the quarterback position for decades. But folks, things are starting to look a little different this season. And no, it's not just about the results on the field, but about how the team is approaching that all-important position. For years, Cleveland was famous, or perhaps infamous, for cycling through quarterbacks, trying to find that guy who could finally give them consistency, leadership, and a chance to compete at the highest level. And let's be honest, it's been a roller coaster. But this year, things are changing. The Browns are treating the quarterback position like a real NFL franchise should, with structure, clarity, and a clear plan. Just recently, the team announced that Dillon Gabriel is their starter. Yes, Dillon Gabriel, the young quarterback who only a few weeks ago was fighting for reps and trying to make a name for himself. Now, he's the guy taking the first-team reps in practice, and that's a huge step forward. You see, in the NFL, the way you develop a quarterback is by giving him opportunities to grow, by trusting him to lead the offense in practice, and by giving him the reps he needs to succeed on game day. And that's exactly what Cleveland is doing with Gabriel. Since taking over as starter, he's already made a significant impression. In his first win last Sunday against the Miami Dolphins, he showed poise, decision-making, and an ability to operate the offense effectively. What's even more impressive is that Gabriel has yet to commit a turnover in his 3 starts, an indicator that he's managing the game well, understanding his reads, and avoiding costly mistakes. Now, of course, this is football. Things can change in an instant. But the fact that Gabriel is getting consistent practice reps with the starters is a sign that Cleveland is treating this like a professional organization. It's something that the NFL teams that compete deep into January understand well. They recognize that the quarterback's development is a process, and that process involves plenty of repetitions, game-like scenarios, and mental reps. Shedeur Sanders, the backup, is also getting his share of practice reps, but only at the appropriate times. This is a standard routine across the league. Practice time is limited, especially with only 3 days to prepare for each opponent. Every rep counts, whether it's working on red zone plays, 2-minute drills, or goal line scenarios. The team knows that for their young quarterback to succeed, he needs to be immersed in the offense, to feel comfortable reading defenses, and to trust his teammates. That's why Gabriel, still a rookie, is getting this extra attention. And it's important to understand that the Browns' approach is a far cry from what many fans have seen over the years. Cleveland has historically been a team that struggled to establish a consistent quarterback room, often cycling through veterans, rookies, or stopgap solutions. Gabriel is only the 41st quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999. That's a staggering number when you think about it. It shows just how tumultuous the franchise has been at that position. So for Cleveland, treating Gabriel as a potential long-term solution is a change in philosophy. It's about stability, building confidence, and giving him every opportunity to succeed. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Why is this so important? Well, because in the NFL, the quarterback is the engine that drives the entire team. If you have a guy who can operate efficiently, make smart decisions, and avoid turnovers, you automatically elevate the team's chances of winning. That's what Gabriel has shown so far. And the Browns' coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, understands this better than most. You see, Stefanski has been patient and pragmatic, explaining that with a young quarterback, the focus right now is on reps and development. When you have a veteran like Joe Flacco, the situation is different because he's there to provide stability and leadership. But with Gabriel, everything is about growth, learning, and gaining confidence. Stefanski's approach is refreshingly straightforward. When asked about the practice reps, he simply said, "With a young quarterback with Dillon starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of reps." That's coaching 101, folks. It's about giving your young talent the tools they need, and that includes plenty of practice reps with the first team. Shedeur Sanders, the backup, is also getting his opportunities, and eventually, when his time comes, he'll be treated just like a starter. But until then, the focus remains on Gabriel. helping him build that chemistry with the offensive line, the receivers, and the entire unit. Now, for Browns fans, this approach is a breath of fresh air. It's not just about winning a game here and there, but about building a foundation for the future. Cleveland has historically been a team that struggled to find continuity at quarterback, and that instability has often translated into inconsistent seasons and playoff droughts. But this year, it feels different. The Browns are acting like a real NFL team, one that values development, stability, and strategic planning. Of course, some fans might still be skeptical. After all, Cleveland has seen promising quarterbacks come and go, and some of those players showed flashes but couldn't sustain success. But what's encouraging about Gabriel is his ability to avoid turnovers, his composure under pressure, and his willingness to learn. Those are qualities that NFL teams prize, especially for a rookie. And from what we've seen so far, he has the makings of a franchise quarterback, or at least someone who can be a solid, reliable starter for years to come. Looking ahead, the Browns' coaching staff will continue to evaluate Gabriel's development, making sure he's getting the reps he needs and that he's prepared for each upcoming challenge. And let's not forget, Cleveland's defense has been playing at a high level, which takes some pressure off the offense and gives Gabriel a better chance to succeed. The running game has also been effective, and that balance is crucial for a young quarterback trying to find his rhythm. What's really exciting is the potential this team has if Gabriel keeps progressing. The AFC North is a tough division, no doubt about it. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers all have their strengths, but Cleveland's approach this season suggests they're serious about competing at the highest level. They're investing in their young quarterback, trusting the process, and building a culture that values patience and development. That's what separates the good teams from the great ones, having a plan that's rooted in long-term success rather than quick fixes. And let's be honest, Browns fans deserve this. After decades of instability, heartbreak, and false dawns, it's refreshing to see a franchise that's finally treating the quarterback position with respect and professionalism. Gabriel's rise is a testament to that shift. It's not just about him, though. It's about the entire team buying into this vision. The offensive line is playing well, the receivers are making plays, and the defense continues to be a strength. All these pieces are coming together at the right time, and that's what makes this season so promising. Now, I want to highlight that the NFL is a league of adaptation and resilience. Teams that can develop their young quarterbacks and build around them tend to have sustained success. The Browns seem to be moving in that direction, and Gabriel's development could be the key to unlocking a new era for this franchise. It's a long road, no doubt, but the signs are encouraging. With the coaching staff's patience and the players' commitment, Cleveland fans should be optimistic about what's ahead. As we look around the league, it's clear that treating the quarterback position with a strategic mindset is paying dividends for those teams that do it right. Cleveland is finally on that path. The fact that Gabriel is getting the first-team reps, that the team is investing in his growth, and that they're doing so in a disciplined manner is a huge step forward. It's also a sign that the Browns are no longer content with being a team that simply hopes for the best, but are actively working to create a winning culture. So for all you Browns fans watching, this is a pivotal moment. We're seeing a shift in how Cleveland approaches the game, especially at the most critical position. Gabriel's emergence as the starter is more than just a temporary solution. It's a statement that the franchise is serious about building something sustainable. And if he continues to develop, if the team keeps supporting him and refining their game plan, there's no reason to believe Cleveland can't compete for playoff spots and maybe even more in the near future. In conclusion, what we're witnessing right now is a team that's embracing the realities of the NFL, where quarterback development is a process, where patience is a virtue, and where treating the position with respect can change the entire trajectory of a franchise. Cleveland Browns fans, you should be excited. The future is bright, and that bright future is rooted in the belief that Dillon Gabriel can be the guy to lead this team to new heights. Keep your eyes on Cleveland because the best is yet to come, and this season could be the start of something special. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Do you believe Gabriel has what it takes to be the long-term answer? Are you convinced that the team is finally heading in the right direction at the quarterback spot? I want to know your thoughts, predictions, and hopes for the rest of the season. Remember, this is just the beginning, and there's a lot more to come. The Browns are building something special, and your voice is a crucial part of that journey. So stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and let's see how this story unfolds. I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and analysis on everything Cleveland Browns. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Browns.